All right, I'm gonna go on another patrol now. I want to see if Chi-Chi, Master Roshi, and the others are okay.
You're calling them patrols now, huh? You know, things have gone back to normal. You should try to relax more.
I know nothing major has happened since I defeated the androids, but I still feel like we should be on our guard.
Fair enough. Well, good luck on your patrol then. Be careful, okay?
Right. Be back later. Let's see. Where should I start?
Hello there.
Hello.
Well now, you certainly do seem to possess a good spirit.
Spirit?
Future freedom fighter, Trunks, the warrior of hope.
I don't know what it is, but there's something different about this guy. Just, who is he? He's floating?
There's no need to be surprised. After all, you can do this too, can't you, Trunks?
Who are you? How do you know my name? You're not an android, are you?
Why, you insolent little... Do you have any idea who this is? He occupies a position higher than that of even the Kais. He is none other than the Supreme Kai.
Wait, higher than the Kais? Supreme Kai? I don't know what any of that means. But are you trying to say he's a guardian or something?
No, not exactly. It would take a great deal of time to explain, but all you need to know at this point is that I stand above the beings who govern this universe.
Right, I see.
This gentleman here is my attendant, Kibito.
Hello. He doesn't seem that friendly.
We're here to inform you that Earth, no, indeed the entire universe, is in grave danger.
The entire universe? Hold on. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Your reaction comes as no surprise. Allow me to explain everything as best I can. A great evil is on the verge of awakening from a deep slumber. A terrible creature that once threatened all of existence. He is capable of destroying hundreds of worlds in just a few years' time. This being is known as Buu. Majin Buu.
Majin Buu. He sounds terrifying.
The person responsible for Majin Buu's creation, the evil wizard Bibidi, planned to attack Earth and brought the orb in which Buu is sealed. With Buu sealed away, we were able to defeat Bibidi, but we left the orb where it was, fearing we'd accidentally break it. Unfortunately, Bibidi had a son, another evil wizard known as Babidi, who aims to break Buu's seal and unleash him upon the world. He'll no doubt revive Buu, fulfill his father's wish of laying waste to this planet, then move on to other worlds.
That sounds awful.
Indeed, that is precisely why we are here. We need your power to stop Babidi. Your Super Saiyan ability will be of great use.
Whoa, you know a lot about me. So this wizard Babidi you mentioned, is he really that strong?
Babidi himself is frail and poses no real physical threat. However, his deadliness lies in the strange magic he wields, making him a difficult foe. He is capable of controlling the minds of the evil and covetous.
Babidi uses this sinister technique to afford himself a large number of loyal minions who do his bidding.
Magic? I don't think I've ever fought anyone who uses magic.
In order to prepare you for the fight ahead, we'll need you to join us in the land of the Kais and learn to wield a sword of legend.
A sword of legend?
Yes, in the sacred land of the Kais, where we'd like you to follow us.
I see. I'm not sure how much help I can be, but if it's to defend peace, I'll join you. But before I do, please give me some time to speak with my mother and take care of a few things. Is that okay?
Understood. Once you're prepared to leave, please come speak to me again.
Oh, Trunks, you're back already? Did you forget something?
Mom, something's come up and I don't think I'll be able to come home for a while.
Huh? Do you think you'll be gone for long?
I'm not entirely sure. But don't worry, I promise I'll come back.
I understand. Try not to get yourself into trouble, okay?
Right. Wish me luck. So, how do we get to the land of the Kais?
Kibito here will be taking us to the sacred land. Now then, Kibito, if you would be so kind.
Supreme Kai, I must admit that I'm uneasy about letting a mortal step foot in such a sacred place. But if you command it...
I'm getting the feeling this guy doesn't like me.
Now, stand by my side.
Okay.
Okay, we're off.
Kai Kai!
What? Is this instant transmission?
Indeed, it's a special technique of Kibito's. Welcome to the sacred land of the Kais, Trunks.
So, this is the land of the Kais. It kind of looks like Earth.
This place is a holy world which not only mortals, but even the Kais and other gods themselves are not permitted to enter. You should feel honored.
Oh, I see.
That mortal outfit of yours does a disservice to this esteemed world.
Huh? Wow.
It suits you, Trunks.
You really think so? It's kinda hard to move in this.
Now then, allow me to once again explain why we've asked you to come here. As I mentioned to you back on Earth, we will have you learn to wield the legendary sword of this land. That is none other than the Z-Sword, a legendary weapon that has never been wielded before.
You mean no one's ever used it before? Then how am I supposed to learn to use it?
First, let's have you take a look at what we're talking about. Follow me. This blade thrust into the ground here is the Z-Sword. To the best of my knowledge, no one has been able to remove the blade from its rocky prison.
Okay, so that's what you meant by never been wielded. So, how will this sword help us once it's out? Is its blade extremely sharp or something?
Legends say you will be imbued with immense power. Perhaps even enough to destroy the infamous Majin Buu. For eons this has remained. Neither I nor countless other Supreme Kais could remove this remarkable sword. So as a mortal, you will most certainly fail.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see for ourselves. Here goes. Damn, it won't budge. Okay, let's try this.
Oh my!
This is what a Super Saiyan can do? What incredible power you have! How could a mere mortal possess this? It's no use. Several Supreme Kais before you have tried and failed to remove it. There's no chance you could ever succeed. No!
He did it!
What? I don't believe this.
Tell us, Trunks, how does it feel to wield the legendary Z-Sword?
I've been fighting with a sword for a long time, But this sword doesn't really feel all that special.
Is that so? Perhaps if you spend more time with the blade, you can eventually draw out its latent power.
Well, he should familiarize himself with the sword in combat.
Indeed.
Wait a minute. This sword is extremely heavy. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to fight using this thing. Could we maybe hold off on the training? I need some time to get used to wielding it.
What? Such a disrespectful request.
Wait, Kibito. Trunks is well within reason to request that much. It might be prudent for him to get comfortable with the blade first.
Very well. See to it you do not put off your training for long.
Right.
Seems Kibito has taken on the role of instructor here. Wow!
I am truly at a loss for words. I never imagined you'd be able to so freely wield the Z-Sword in such a short amount of time.
A most impressive feat!
It took some effort, but I think I can wield it like any other sword now.
Supreme Kai, should we perhaps move on to the training at this juncture?
I think we can. What do you think, Trunks?
So, what exactly are we going to do for the training? Am I just going to spar with you, Kibito?
That should suffice. Let's begin.
Wait. I think I'd like to gauge Trunks' ability and his technique with the Z-Sword. What do you think?
What? You want to fight me yourself?
I'm sorry, but you, the Supreme Kai, intend to fight?
It'll be fine. In fact, I'm quite looking forward to the fight. After all, we'll get to learn more about Trunks and the Z-Sword itself.
Understood. If that's how you feel, then it would be an honor to fight you.
Now, please don't hold anything back.
Time to put this Z-Sword to the test. Here I come!
Good. I want to properly gauge your power.
Feels like forever since I fought with a sword.
I think you're doing quite well. Just as I envisioned, this power is incredible.
There's still more where that came from. Just you wait. Incredible! Now it's my turn! Okay, here we go! No use!
What's the matter? Are you going easy on me?
Well, maybe a little, since you're a god. But I'm going full power now.
Touching the hardest metal in the universe. Let's see how you handle
Supreme Kai, how's this?
This is unbelievable. should be more to your power than this, surely. Fight as if you intend to defeat me. Okay, here we go. I never imagined you possessed this much power.
And once I mastered this sword, I should be even stronger.
What? Incredible. Now it's my turn. Okay, here we go. The hardest metal in the universe. Let's see how you handle it. Now you've done it. This is it. Get out of here. Now you've done it. Get out of here. Let's leave your training here for now, shall we? I'm afraid I won't be able to keep up much longer. Magnificent! Your power and abilities far exceed anything we could have imagined. I'm confident our decision to choose you was the right one, Trunks.
Thank you. But I still don't feel much power coming from the sword.
Perhaps you still need more practice. Hopefully something will change if we give it more time.
Trunks, your training is showing results. You, the wielder of the Z-Sword, should have what it takes to draw out the blade's power.
Right. I'll do what I can.
Actually, given what I was able to glean from our sparring match, it seems we aren't suitable training partners for you. We've underestimated you. In a good way. Someone of your caliber deserves stronger opponents.
That means a lot coming from someone like you.
You'll no doubt get much more out of your training if you're up against someone much stronger.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
As it stands now, there is no one in this land any stronger than we are. If fighting with us is not sufficient for your purposes, then you will have to train within your own mind. There, you should be able to conjure any sort of powerful opponent and reflect on their technique. However, that sort of exercise has its limits.
Okay.
That's it. That's exactly it, Kibito.
Huh?
What? What do you mean?
I'll peer into your mind, then take whomever you envision and project them back more clearly into your mind. If all goes well, it should appear as though that person is actually right in front of you.
Wow. That's amazing.
A wonderful idea, Supreme Kai. You've outdone yourself again.
Well, shall we get started then? Just go ahead and imagine someone with whom you'd like to spar.
Yes, I'm ready. The strong person I'd like to fight is him. Wow. It's Gohan! It's really him!
Now then, Trunks, try to remember how this person fought and spar with him.
Sure, I'll see what I can do. Incredible. He's just as powerful as he was when I saw him fight back then. This is it! So this is Gohan's power. This is it! Too slow! This is it! Oh no! This is it! Get out of here! What? Get out of here! Oh no! All right, I'm starting to get the hang of this. This is it! This is it! This is it! I can still fight! This is it! Try this! Too slow! Too slow! This is it! Time to show Gohan how much better I've gotten. I know it's just a simulation, but it feels like I'm fighting the real deal. This is it! Get out of here! Can't let my guard down with Gohan. I don't think I would have been able to fight like this back then. I've gotten a lot better. What?
Oh, jeez.
How is he this strong? Hard to believe he's just an illusion. Too slow! This is it! Get out of here! This is it! I did it. Thanks for the help, Gohan.
It seems your training session was much more productive than when you fought me. Kibito and I weren't able to draw out any of the power you just displayed.
Oh, no problem. You were a big help, Supreme Kai. I wouldn't have been able to spar with Gohan like that if it wasn't for you.
This Gohan you imagined, he appeared to be a child. What sort of person was he exactly?
In this world, he was my master. But in another world, he was the one who saved Earth. Unfortunately, the Gohan in this world has long since passed away. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here, and our world would still be in turmoil. I want to be strong like him. In fact, I need to be even stronger than he was.
I see. While it is certainly a shame that Gohan can't be here with us, I'm grateful we have you as this world's next savior. We know the entire universe are counting on you. You're our last hope.
Last hope? What a strange coincidence. Gohan actually said the same thing to me before he died.
Oh, it's no coincidence. Gohan was right to place his faith in you, and I will do the same, Trunks. Well done, Trunks. It seems you've truly mastered your technique with the Z-Sword.
Thanks to you, Supreme Kai. I wouldn't have been able to make this much progress on my own. Seriously. If I'm being honest, though, I feel like I've really only gotten an arm workout out of this.
To think that the first to properly wield the Z-Sword would be nothing more than a simple mortal. How strange.
Now then, Trunks, let's finish up your training. This here is Kachin, said to be the hardest metal in the universe. Go ahead and try to slice it with the Z-Sword.
You got it. Okay, throw it when you're ready.
Supreme Kai, it's Babidi. It has started. He's begun to make a move on Earth.
What?
The time has finally come.
Let's make our way back to Earth, Trunks. As long as you have the Z-Sword, you should be able to stop Majin Buu's revival.
Right. Could you give me my old clothes back before we leave?
I think you look quite nice in those, but very well. Kibito, if you would.
As you wish, Supreme Kai.
Thank you very much. I feel more like myself in these clothes.
Now then, to Earth. Kai!
This energy. What is this evil energy?
This power, it's unbelievable.
Is this Majin Buu's energy?
No, Majin Buu hasn't been released yet. This energy most likely belongs to Babidi and his minions. But it's only a matter of time before they release Majin Buu. We have to stop them before they can do that. Those. No, neither of them are Babidi.
Company. There is absolutely no way we're letting you get past the two of us.
Be on your guard. Both of them are under the control of Babidi's mind magic.
What?
Supreme Kai, that creature, is that?
The demon beast Yakon. I can't believe Babidi has that kind of creature on his side.
Demon Beast Yakon?
That's right. He's an unbelievably powerful creature, feared the universe over. As I mentioned before, Babidi uses his magic to control and assemble strong fighters. They're very dangerous.
Okay, understood. Don't worry, Supreme Kai. I'll take care of them on my own. With the training I've received from you, as well as the power of the Z-Sword, I should be able to defeat them.
Trunks, wait!
If I can't manage to take care of these two, I can't expect to survive the fight ahead. Oh, and also, I'm itching to put all of that training to the test.
Supreme Kai.
I understand. We'll place our trust in you, Trunks.
Look at this. You want to take us on all by your lonesome? We're Lord Babidi's elite, you know. You're in real trouble now.
I'll cut you to pieces.
Let's do this! To defeat you two, and then I'm gonna take out Babidi.
What an idiot! He actually thinks he's going to beat us.
I'll crush you, then devour you.
I have to beat these two, and fast. I don't have time to waste on them.
What's wrong? If you're going to beat us, then do it already! You really think that you can beat Lord Bobbity with moves like that?
You should surrender and allow me to feast on you.
Sorry, but I'm not looking to be anyone's lunch.
This is it!
You're both going down!
You're bluffing! There's no way you can beat me! Sniper shot! Sniper shot! Sniper shot! What? Sniper shot! Sniper shot!
What the hell? How is he faster than me?
I'm told people fear you, but I can't imagine why.
What? This rate's Lord Bobbity's going to deem us useless!
Then why not give it up already?
Oh no! What? This is it! This is it!
This isn't fair! I would have no problem in the dark!
A change of scenery wouldn't change the outcome. You're going to lose no matter what. I did it. Now on to Bobbity. What? What's so funny?
You idiot. As we speak, Lord Bobbity's already reviving Majin Buu.
What do you mean?
You're done for.
What?
Supreme Kai, I can sense a wicked energy in another location. How did we not notice it before?
These two, they increased their own evil energy to distract us.
No, they intended to stall us and we fell right into their trap. Be that as it may, I don't sense Majin Buu's energy, so we still have time. Let's get going.
The wicked energy is coming from over there. Hurry, Trunks!
So you finally found me.
Bobbity.
Wait, that small creature's the wizard Bobbity? Then who's the larger guy with him?
Deborah, what is the king of the demon realm doing here?
The worms all seem to have gathered.
Deborah, this guy, he feels way stronger than Perfect Cell.
My apologies, Trunks. I wasn't aware Bobbity ensnared such a powerful foe.
We should be okay for now. Majin Buu hasn't been released yet. There is still hope left.
Indeed, I seem to require just a bit more energy to bring Boo into this world. No matter, though, I will be gathering that energy now.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Oh my. Well, I suspected you would try to stop me. Deborah, what should we do about these pests,
I can think of no better way to celebrate Majin Buu's revival than to destroy them gloriously with my demonic power.
Lovely! Have at it then, and make it extra flashy.
Yes, my lord.
I'll store the energy produced from the damage you take from Deborah to help revive Majin Buu. And it's only a matter of time before I have enough to release him. At full power!
This is not good. If we take too much damage, we'll only further contribute to Majin Buu's revival.
Then that means we just need to take this guy out fast and prevent Bobbity from gathering enough energy.
I suppose that's true, but
We have no other choice if we want to stop Majin Buu from being released.
I'm worried Deborah might be a bit more than you can handle. I'll assist you as best I can.
Supreme Kai, if you will fight, then so will I.
Capito, it might be better if you stood by for now.
Yes, Supreme Kai, as you command.
Ready for this, Trunks?
Yes.
Do you honestly think you can win?
You're nothing but fools. I'll eradicate you in an instant.
Slaughter then, Deborah.
Yes.
His energy is overwhelming, but I can't let it intimidate me. I have to do this. For Earth. Here you're the king of some evil world. I'm going to stop you.
Allow me to at least commend your spirit.
Deborah's far more dangerous! Watch yourself!
You possess a respectable amount of strength to push me this far.
We have to stop you.
Impressive, but your true struggle starts now.
I'm going to persevere. I'm going to beat you. Is Boo still sealed in his orb?
I've been gathering energy for 10 years. I won't let that time go to waste.
I cannot allow Lord Bobbity to wait any longer to realize his plan. The time for games may soon have to end.
No! That's it, Deborah! Keep it up!
Be gone!
What?
Be gone! This is
Boo's almost at full power!
Majin Buu's seal will soon be broken.
This isn't good. We're screwed.
Don't give up yet! We can still pull this off!
What? Make them beg for mercy, Deborah!
I can still fight this.
I'll cut you to pieces.
No use.
There's more to a demon king's power than this. cut you to pieces.
Come on! Sit down and go on! This is the end. What? This is the end! You're finished!
Trunks, drop the sword! It's going to turn to stone!
No, not the Z-Sword.
The Supreme Kai and his fools are done for.
Hooray! Hooray! Majin Buu is as good as revived.
I won't allow that to happen! Even if it costs me my life!
Tempura!
Supreme Kai!
No, you of all people must not die. Oh.
Kibito!
You'll meet your friend in death soon enough.
Trunks! Trunks! You have to do this! You're... this world's last hope! Only you can do this. You're this world's next savior. If anyone's gonna bring peace, it's you. You're our last... hope.
I've had enough of you two.
What is happening right now?
You.
The peace we finally obtained. I won't let you take that away from us! You two are gonna pay!
There's something different about them. What is this?
The Supreme Kai? Kibito? They didn't deserve this!
Listen to Bura.
Is this all? Still fight!
The change is only skin deep, it seems. You're still weak. You're no match for the mighty king of the Demon Realm.
Oh no! What? Oh no! Oh, what?
So you are more powerful than before.
How is this happening? Are you able to do this or not? Answer me!
There's no need for concern. This fool is about to break. When he does, I'll strike.
You'd better be right. If you fail, my plan goes up in smoke!
I am aware. Allow me to do this.
What?
There's more to a Demon King's power than this. Prepare to take the end. I'll cut you to pieces. The other's far from over.
This was the shit. What? Get out of here!
Impossible! You fool! Nobody does this to me! I am the king of the Demon Realm! die.
What?
There's more to a Demon King's power than this.
And this is for the Supreme Kai!
Where? Where are you getting this power? You pest! What? I can't move!
Trunks, now's your chance to finish him!
Leave our world the hell alone!
Impossible! I was going to rule this world!
You did it. The world is safe again.
Supreme Kai! No! Supreme Kai!
And so the fight ended. Though he had lost the Supreme Kai and Kibito, Trunks could finally breathe a sigh of relief. Earth was at peace once more. No more would androids, Cell, or the fear of Majin Buu threaten the people of the planet. Towns and cities would prosper, and people would carry smiles on their faces, unaware of the sacrifices made by the warriors who fought to defend their lives. But such knowledge is not their burden to bear. Trunks will ensure it never will be, as he continues to fight for peace.
Supreme Kai, Kibito, thank you for everything. Go on. I promise to do everything in my power to protect this world.
Hope's last defender remains ever vigilant.